Hey everyone, it's MK. So it is late on a Tuesday afternoon. I'm here in my studio working, and I just had a little bit of an aha moment, something I wanted to share with you, just kind of as a prep to some of the things that we're going to be covering in my session next week on Wednesday the 18th. So, what you're looking at the screen right now is just a fern triangle, and I'm in Pro Stitcher Standard. Now, you guys remember from standard, if we wanted to mark an area, we would have to go into area, right, and do our multi-point marking. Okay, I'm in simulation, so I'm going to turn my sim button on. I'm going to move my crosshairs to where I want to do my multi-point marking, and this is how we would have to do it in Pro Stitcher Standard, right? Either at our machine or in simulation, we would have to do this from within the area tab, correct? All right, so just keep that in mind. And there's our area. And if we needed to make some adjustments, we would go ahead. And if we needed to make some adjustments to this, we would go ahead and maybe resize or rotate or whatever we had to do to get that to fit in the area, right? Okay, so let's bank that information. Let me switch over to Pro Stitcher Premium. One thing that I realized tonight when I was at my machine, at my Fusion, doing some multi-point marking, is that I have chosen to have one of my assignable buttons here on the left, multi-point mark. Now, I was resizing a pattern, wasn't this pattern, but it was something like it. So let's just say that I was in my modify screen, I was resizing this triangle, and I resized it to whatever I needed it to be. So let's just pretend I resized it. Now, I wanted to go ahead and mark an area. And the very cool thing that I discovered might seem pretty obvious, but I am still in the modify screen. Do you see that up above? I'm still in the modify screen. I have not switched over to the area screen. But because I have assigned multi-point mark as one of my buttons, I can go ahead and mark my area from exactly where I was. And it really doesn't matter what tab you're in. Let's say that I was in the View tab. I still have multi-point mark functionality at my fingertips in Pro Stitcher Premium. That was a pretty big aha moment for me tonight. The other thing that I realized because I was working on my Fusion, I have, if I just hold the left-hand side of my tablet on my Pro Stitcher, my thumb is right by that multi-point mark button right there. All right, and as I move my machine into the different positions, if I just continue to hold my hand up there on the multi-point button, just hover my thumb right over the screen, I can get my multi-point done pretty quickly without having to tilt my head up and down. I might have to tilt my eyes just a little bit to make sure that my thumb is still over the multi-point mark. But that's a really cool option now that the multi-point can be over there on the left-hand side. Now, of course, when I'm on my Infinity, I can just do all that wonderful multi-point marking right from my programmable handlebars, which is an absolutely beautiful thing for custom quilting. So again, just as a recap, if you remember in Pro Stitcher Standard, which I just switched over to, if we wanted to do area, we actually had to go into the area button, and then our functionality was down here along the bottom. When we were in any of the other screens, our ability to do multi-point marking went away. All right, hop back over to Premium, and my multi-point marking is right there available to me to be used at any time, regardless of whatever tab I'm in along the top. All right, you guys, we are going to be covering that and a whole bunch more stuff next week when I hop on and do a little webinar of my own. I know, of course, Handy Quilter has their webinar coming up on Thursday. I'm going to be tuned into that, really excited about that. And then the following week, you can come along with me. Remember, it's going to be open to the first 25 people to sign up. And I'm going to give you some of my best tips and techniques that I've been discovering and working with this new update since it came out in December. And we'll just kind of play it by ear. I'm going to cover some of the other items that you wanted that you posted about. So I've got the wheels turning. I've been making plans, and so I really hope that you are one of the lucky ones to sign on next week. That's January 18th, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, $20 a student. And I don't have the links up yet, so just keep watching, keep holding tight, and I promise to get those up for you just as soon as I can. All right, everybody, from MK to you, happy quilting. Bye bye.